Jeff Musial, and this is Allison Montez. And tonight I'm having another wonderful meatless meal with a beer pairing that I'm really excited about. Whether it's Meatless Mondays or whether it's any day of the week for that matter, this is just a really tasty dish and I'm really excited to have it.
Why don't we talk a little more about this mac and cheese?
Why don't we talk about the mac and cheese? What's in the mac and cheese?
Secret surprises. This mac and cheese is made of tinkyata rice pasta, which is the best gluten-free pasta we've ever had. It has portobello mushrooms. The sauce is made up of half a kabocha squash that's been roasted, peeled, seeded, and blended in with some almond milk, some Hampton Creek Just mayo, some Sriracha, as well as some Trader Joe's Sriracha barbecue sauce and some other goodness, including Daya and Follow Your Heart cheddar cheese. Then I topped it with homemade tempeh bacon and grilled onions. There's also a very secret ingredient in our quick-made canned baked beans. Why don't you taste it and see if you can tell what that ingredient is?
Well, I can taste it right away.
What I put in there?
There's bourbon in here. I've never had bourbon in baked beans. Speaking of bourbon, barbecue, mac and cheese, bourbon, all go together really, really well, and I actually have not much left. But
that's what was in there.
Some Four Roses bourbon, which is really, really awesome and really tasty. And amber ales, when we get to the beer section, amber ales, because they're kind of malty, kind of sweet, they're bitter enough. They're kind of toasty and very cereal grainy. They're a really great pairing for that style of food, be it mac and cheese, barbecue, all the above. This beer right here is really cool because this beer, this Boont Barl from Anderson Valley, is amber ale. It's their Boont Amber Ale that is aged in Wild Turkey bourbon barrels. And it's only 6% alcohol. And I say only because there's a growing trend for all these bourbon barrel beers, imperial stouts, barley wines, even IPAs and things like that. And the beers end up being 9, 10 on the low side, 11, 12, 13% alcohol. And that's great if you're done with your day and you're just gonna like drink and conk out, but the night's still young. I have things that I want to do with my evening, so I don't want to get too schnockered. I'm gonna get the bourbon flavor, I'm gonna get the amber ale flavor, I'm gonna have my mac and cheese, I'm gonna have my baked beans. So with that, do you have anything left?
To try the mac and cheese! Oh, hot.
Hot!
I just said it's hot.
I concur.
Now that you've burned your mouth, and hit your eyeball on this skillet, and broken your head open on the chair, how do you feel about being in the kitchen ever?
Like it's dangerous.
And what do you think's gonna happen now that you're drinking it in the kitchen? I already have 911 pre-dialed on my phone. All I have to do is press send.
That's called preparedness. This is awesome. This is really, really tasty. It's still, with this food, it's actually refreshing. It's kind of hard to imagine that it would be refreshing, but given how rich and intense these flavors are, this is absolutely awesome.
One thing I'd like to mention is how much more awesome it is to drink this stuff at the Anderson Valley Brewing Company during the Boonville Beer Fest. If you ever get a chance to go, go. And while you're there, buy some jam.
And mustard.
And mustard.
Anderson Valley's oatmeal stout mustard might be the best mustard on the planet.
And the spicy IPA mustard is also pretty good.
So that's all for this episode. Be sure to rate, subscribe, comment, all that good, wonderful stuff. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. One day, for better and for worse, you will be able to smell your videos.
Then they're gonna know that I just farted.
I said, and for worse.